So dear students, last lectures we have discussed about decode functions and case expression. Now today we'll discuss about a little bit the date functions. So in this particular sessions we have covered in SQL functions, that is single row functions. In single row functions, as we have already discussed, that we have several functions, predefined functions, which can be used for SQL query. When we are accessing database, we can execute or we can use this predefined SQL query or functions so that we can reach to the target desired, or we can fetch the target records from the databases. So as you know, in single row functions, we have character functions, we have a number functions, we have general functions, and will functions, and remaining two functions we have. Today we'll discuss about that, and if we'll finish up that particular part, that is convergence functions and date functions a little bit more. So now we'll come to the discussions part, and we'll have some lab on that, and we'll see. I can share the screen, you can see. So now we'll move to lab session. We can go for practical part of that. So now I have to log in the database. So now here I can have the schema name HR, that is your username, and the password as you have set at the time of installations. You can put the password here, whatever you have set in the installations time, right? So I have put MANAGER, manager. So I have to log in it. So now this is, you want to click here SQL, then SQL command, then you will have this type of screen where you can type your query here. Now already we have saved several queries as we have discussed earlier. Okay, so now today we'll see that query, saved query, SQL query. Now we have completed, these are the queries we have completed. Okay, I'll enlarge it into 100. So more number of functions will be there. So now in this particular we have completed all these functions. Okay, so last lectures we have completed case expression and decode function. Now today we'll discuss about date functions a little bit more. So now in date functions already we have used sysdate, how to display system date. So now simple query I can write here, select sysdate from dual table. Okay, so now I can execute it, and you will have system date. Today is 21st August 2020, right? So now in this particular date functions we can use the sysdate, which system date can be displayed here. You can see system date is, today it's 21st August 2020, and this is the date we have displayed here. Now we'll work on several queries on this date functions. Now we'll see one by one. See that query we have. Okay, so now in this query we have first months between, right? So months between, as I told, it is selects. Now I'll put the query here. You see here, you can note down it. Now this query helps select months under curve between. So this function takes two parameters. One is your date format. You have to give a date format of that, and another date format you have to give. Now two dates we are working here, and we will find out number of functions over here, number of months we will calculate here. Now this particular functions returns number of months, okay, by taking a date value and a second date value. So in between number of months we will have to calculate. Now for example, it is 95, 94 we have. So similarly we can give different types of date, okay, and you can calculate your total number of months. Now you execute and you will find the output. I will discuss on that. This is 19.674 and these are the characters we are taking after decimal or numbers we are after taking values, maximum values we are taking here. So you can see here 19.6. If you want to make it round functions, you can give round functions. So already we have worked on now round functions. round round within bracket. This will be one parameter, then comma, then second will be the positions which you want to be rounded the value. So now I can run it. Now this is rounded with till decimal. That means only numeric value will be displayed. Fractional value cannot be displayed here because I have given 0. So now already we have discussed these functions at a number functions round to make a round of a particular integer value or decimal value, you can round it. So now the fractional value can be eliminated or decimal value can be removed from here because we have again 0. If you will give numeric 1, so next point something will come 19.7 because 6, 7 we have, then it is rounded to one value after decimal value. So this way you can, if you need to display more number, so you need not give round functions, completely it will display whatever the fractional value you will have. So now this way you can calculate. So now what is this? This is the number of months we have. Now I am keeping this as this rounded value. So now if you want to calculate a particular value, it must be written a integer value from two dates, that functions you can use months between. Now this particular function where we can use. So now the essence of this particular function is when we have to calculate the number of months between two dates, number of months. For example, where we can use, now for example, I am an employee of this particular organization for since how long I am working over here. So you just tell me the number. So sometimes the user may require number of months, how many months you are working over here, or how many years you are working here. So how many days you are working here, depends on different requirements by the user. So you can return the value of that. So now suppose this is months, we don't know, we don't want months. Normally we work, that is in Indian culture, we refer the experiences with respect to years. Now some Western side educations, they used to use number of months. So how many months you have worked over this particular organization. So that time we have to calculate number of months. So now if you want to find out number of months directly, you can use months between. If you want to make it into year, so what will be happen? This is month, you have to convert it into year. So only you have to perform some arithmetical operations, that is divide by 12. So now divide by 12, that means we have a number of months. Suppose we have a 12 months. What would be the output? 1 year it will be there. So you can divide by 12, it will show you the year. So 20 months is equivalent to 1.66666, whatever this values. Okay, it is with respect to year. Got my point? So now this way you can calculate. Suppose if you want to make calculations, this is returns, always you have to remember the months between functions always returns months. So because it is it has been written months, right? So just use this word, that means it returns months. Now if you have a particular unit of measures, so you can convert into different way. So now months, suppose you are calculating days, number of days. So that time we can multiply it, because months to days we can move, 1 month 30 days. So this month we can calculate into 30. So that becomes your number of days. So now 600 days we have for this particular date between this number of days. But directly we cannot calculate number of days between two dates. So it returns months. Just you apply your arithmetical operations, you can make any type of values here. you can get a number of months, number of weeks, number of years. Okay, so whatever the unit measures you have on a date or a number of days. Okay, so you will find that this is about your months between. Okay, so now where we can use the actual need. Suppose we have an employee in employees database and they are working since a long time, okay, since a long period of time. So that time we can calculate the experiences of each and every employees, and we can find out the number of months, number of years, whatever you need, you can display that. So that time I can give you a complete syntax for that after discussion of all these four functions on date. Okay, so I will give you one complete example which displays all these values. So first of all, you remember what is the need of months between. I think it is clear. So now we'll move to the second functions, that is add months. You can go for it is months between we have completed. Then we'll go for add months. So now in these functions, what we can take, first you have to remember the parameters and the specification, how we can specify these functions, right? So now this function is add underscore months, right? This function takes one date value and another numeric value. This is the syntax you have to remember. So now we are adding a month's numeric months, okay, numeric value to a date, and it will display next after 6 months what would be the value it will display. Now in this particular things you can run and you can find out this is the date, this is the date after this. So if you have a 6 months you want to add, we are adding months here, not a day, right? So if you want to months here, so we have a January 11, for example. I am taking an example for this. So now if you have a January, so January, then January is numeric value is 1, because in English calendar you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12 months. That is the position of the this month is 1. Numeric value of this particular month is 1. So we are adding 1 to 6 months. We are adding. So what this is 1 plus this is 6. So it becomes 7. And 7, 11 July 94. So here is same because we are adding only 6 months. If you add here, I will change it 7 instead of 6. I will 7. So it becomes your July, then August. So you can see here you will have August of this. So now if I add here 8, then next month will come. Okay. So this way that can be added. So now this function helps. It takes a date and it displays the whatever the number of months you are adding to that, next date will display. Now you have to remember each and every functions, whatever the SQL functions we have, especially you have to remember what would be the parameter of that functions and what would be the return type, because these are all functions. It must be return some value. So which type of value it must return. And a little bit I am emphasizing, why I am emphasizing on this, because in the certification courses, when we are going for any certification, Oracle certification, maximum queries they put in date format to make confusion in the minds of the students. Okay, so you have to very careful because it is more little bit more complex compared to all the aspects. When you are working with dates, it gets always confusion to the user's mind, right? So you have to remember carefully, right? So now when you are taking date format, you have to give this way the date format. And if you want to ask the questions why you will give this format, if you will change this format, what will happen? It gives you wrong answer, because we have a internal format, we have a user format. So internal format we store in a different way data, and user can give a different format, and internally it converts into different format. That we'll study in convergence functions, right? So now you have to remember what would be the format of passing the value into a particular function, and what would be the result or outcome of that particular function, return value, right? So here we have a return value, a date, and previously months between functions, it returns number of months. So now this is the theme you have to remember on this, and nothing else. It's a very simple functions in SQL, right? So this is how we can add a number of months. Now, for example, if you'll add here, just for your clarification, if you'll add here 12, what will happen? 12. Okay. So January, and this is 12. This is 1 plus this is 12. What would happen? You see here. That's the, you can maximum, you can put different types of values. You can find out different output, and you can just what would be the output actually, right? This way, because once it is more than 12 months, it will shift to year. Year is changed here. You see here, year is changed, right? So now this way you can make some queries in add months. You can use this. I think this is clear. Now we'll move to another functions on date, that is next day, right? So next day is a very simple. Here the main part is this is the functions we have, and we are passing two parameters over here. One is date it takes, another one is value of a particular date. So when we are talking about day, we are not giving the numeric value of day, Monday 1. It's not like that. We have to type complete day. Okay, character type. So now, what would be the output of this? Now see, we are finding the next day of this particular date, and it must be this way. Now I have taken today's date. Today's date you can see in my system. Today's date is 21st, and this is Friday. Now I have given this value, exactly today's value. Now you can see here, next Friday is next day of this date. So next day is, what is this? This is 28 August 2020. That is Friday. So now what will be the output? It will be a date which is lies on Friday, next coming Friday, right? So now this is Friday. This is, I am searching for Friday. So now next will be 28th August will be Friday. This way it displays. Now what would be the output of this function? What will be the return value? The return value will be date. But which date it will return? The specifications here, parameters value, what we have put here, so that will be observed. For example, if I'll change it in a different, today is Friday, I'll search Sunday, SUNDAY. So now this Sunday, coming Sunday will come, which date? Now first you check here, Sunday is on which day? Monday, Sunday is on 23rd. We will see the output. What is the output? That is 23rd August 2020 is your coming Sunday. So next day, whatever the specification you have given, it calculated next to that. Okay. So now today is Friday. Though it is Friday, but coming Sunday will be calculated date will be displayed here, right? So now this way we can use this particular functions. This is very simple. Next day. So whatever the day you have, so we'll calculate next of this. So if you want to give a different, suppose if I'll change here, different day, because today it is more easy to recognize, because today is 21st and Friday. So next Friday, what will happen? Next Monday, what will be the date? So that way we can calculate it here. And this is the use of need of this particular function, that function next underscore day. Now we'll have last one for this. Last is last day. I think this is a simple and you can understand easily. So next, if you have doubts, please you can put some questions in the chat box so that we can discuss in the last few minutes, right? So now we have next is last one is last day. So now in the last day, it takes only one date value in this function, and it returns what would be returns. You can see the last day. So last day means a month having different last day. Now, for example, January, February, March, April, we have a 12 months. And for example, if you'll see this August month is the last day is 31st. So it is 31st. If you will see previous July is your 31st. If you will see this is 30th. Okay. So different months having different last day. Okay. Last day. So now August is 31st. So that's why I am putting a value as a date value, and I'll see the last date. Run it, you'll find the 31st August. So August month is 31 days. So last day will be the 31st. It is not displaying which day. It is displaying the date of the last month of that date. Okay. So now suppose if I'll change here, instead of 21, I am writing 1 August. So what will happen? You imagine and just imagine a fraction of second, and I'll display the output. What will be the output? And match it whether your calculation is correct or wrong. So I think you have calculated what would be the output. Now check it. This is 31st August. What did it happen? So now this is also August. This is the month of August. And the month of August is last day will be the same 31st August. Though it is 1, though it is 30, though it is 30, because this is the month is same. So now if run, that will be also 31st. I think you have cleared this. Now if I'll change it into different, for example, I'll check February, right? Sometimes we have a February different last day, right? So now I can write, yes, so now I can suppose I can put first February, F-E-B, 3 letters I'm writing. So now 29th this. So this 29th, because you will have this time leap year. You see here, I'm going for manually February. It's a 29th. You can see the mouse cursor here. So now this way you can find out every month. If you want to calculate every month's last date, which one will be the last day, that date. So you can use last day of the month. So this is the essence of this particular function. Clear? I think these are the functions we have. I have explained everything. Just if you have any doubts, you can put some queries on the text box. If today time permits, then we can discuss. Otherwise, the same query I can discuss next subsequent lecture, right? Don't worry. So you just put your doubts in the chat box, right? So now this is about your date function. Now we have completed the date functions in our single row functions. What do we have completed right now? Now till now we have completed character functions. We have completed number functions in single row function. We have completed general function, that is NVL, NVL2. These are the functions we have completed. Then completed date functions. We have completed different date functions. Now next is, which is the last part of this discussion of this particular single row functions in SQL, that is your convergence function. It's a very, because maximum times the system or the server converts it implicitly, and a few syntax we have to use for explicit by the user, right? So we'll have little bit on that query. So now after date functions we will have a convergence function. That convergence functions will see different types of conversions. Now what is convergence? First we understand, then we'll go for a little bit, because we can use only 2 syntax here. So now convergence means we should have one data type and we are converting into another data type. In our in data structure, you might have studied the concept data type, right? So in this particular functions, we are using 3 types of data type here. One is character, that is CHAR. The second one is number, that is numeric value, number. and the third one is date function. These are the data type we are using in this particular convergence functions, right? One is character, that is varchar2. The second one is your number function, and the third one is date function. Now, you imagine, suppose we have a 1, 2, 3 number. So 1, 2, 3 number, we need not require to convert it into the character, right? Now that time, what will happen if you are forcibly, implicitly or exclusively want to convert it, the internal server will convert it, but there is no need of converting the numbers into character. Sometimes you will have a character into number, right? So suppose you have a string value you want to convert into, though you want to convert or you are possibly you want to convert into number. So that time it is also can be processed through the internal server. It can convert it. Now the problem is here what we can do and what we cannot do. That's important in this convergence function. That's why the whole convergence functions in SQL is divided into two convergence type. One is implicit data type convergence, implicit by the server. You should remember. So by the server or by the Oracle server database, it implicitly converts it. We cannot do it. That's the restrictions we have. That's the you have to remember. One is suppose you want to convert into character to number, that can be implicit data type conversions. And second one is character to date. If you want to convert it into date format from the character format. Now one part is character, another part we are converting into number as well as date. That time implicit data type convergence is required. So implicit means by the machines or by the system or by the Oracle server. Now explicit conversions, we can explicitly by the user we can convert something. That's I have written here. You can see here. Now I am putting here this function. Now toChar, now toChar is taking a date and we are giving a format of this. Now this date, we don't know what would be the date. Okay, we have a remaining 10 minutes. Okay, so please carefully you see this. So now this particular functions, what will take? It takes the higher date. I have taken a higher date. You can take a sys date, okay, higher date, or I can take any date. Suppose I can take here sys date, SYSDAT, sys date, okay. And if you want to display this format, okay, so now from, so now I can put here, oh sorry, I am not taking directly the functions, okay. I can write here select, SELE, select this format from dual, because I am using system data. So I can use dual table, temporal table, dummy table. So now this is the format you are finding here. See here, whatever the internal format it is there, we don't know. Just we want to forcibly display it by the user wants to display it, convert it, this format. Now if I'll skip this FM also, this is abbreviated word for format, that can be possible. It's not we can use this or you may not. Sometimes we need that. That's why I have written, because depends upon different versions of Oracle database. Okay, it takes that format. So it is 10G. So without FM also, it by default it takes also sometimes. That's why I have given this two ways. So you can write FM small FM. This is for format, or otherwise you can give, because these functions will help to convert this format. Now I want to change it. Okay, we have a little bit time is running out. So now I'll do this. So now DAY means for complete day format. Friday, today is Friday. If I'll write DD, that means numeric value, right? Output is this. Output is this 21st 08 this. Clear? Every instance, every example, you just remember, or you can take the snapshot of that. You can find out different, or you can use. So I have used dd. So now I have used dy. What will be different? You see, I am first part, format part, I am changing. So this is FRI. Only 3 alphabets will be there. So FRI, D, dy. So first I have written day. It is complete. The second I have day into dd, that is numeric, right? Then lastly I have written only 2 character, 2 alphabet, that is dy. This is your the output. Now come to the second part of this format, month. So I am keeping this as it is. Okay, you got it, every alternatives of this. Now come to this month. So already I have written mm. This is the output of mm 08. Now this mm can be changed into mon, capital mon. You can write also small. Okay. So now mon. You see the output. August. 3 alphabets you have mon. If I am writing here month, complete month, what would be the output? See here, this is August, complete, right? So now if I write mm, at the beginning I have written, right? So now this is numeric. So now mm is numeric, mon is 3 character, then complete month, this is your complete month. Now come to year. So in year I have written 4y, 2 capital 2 yy, because depends on different versions it takes. That's why I have a mix up. But 10G it takes no problem for case difference. That is uppercase, lowercase, right? So now I am changing this yy. You see the output of only year part, that is only numeric value 2 digit yy. If I write year, year complete, so you can see the 2020. Okay, this is the year format you have, right? So now this way you can change. Now complete I have written here. Now I can change here day, right? So everywhere I have written completely Friday, August 2020. Now we have another format. I think whether it takes or not, I will see RR format. Okay, in that also RR format we have. This also RR format it takes. Okay. Now if I write RR 4 times, I think it may not execute. Yes, 20. That means sometimes also we can take RR format for a numeric value also, right? So these are the variations of 2char which we can use to convert the values, date values into different format values, right? It will display the date, but in a different format it will display. Got it? So now I think this is about the convergence functions with respect to date functions, right? So now this way we can operate, and we have so many operations, so many syntax for date functions. And you go through this, you will find n number of queries. Okay, 2char, 2date, 2number. Okay, implicit some I have told. One part is implicit convergence, another part is explicit by the user convergence. Okay, so now you have to remember that things. Now we'll go for another query for this. So this is 2char we have completed. Now 2char with number. Now the next options we have. We are converting here number. So 2char, but we are taking here as a number value. So now I am taking an parameters, that is a salary, which is a number value. Okay, number type, data type. So now how to display this format? So previously we have taken date, that is sysdate, and now we are taking the numeric value here, number value, that is salary. So now I want to display it. You see here what would the display. Now forget about this, because for this particular employees table we have a key. Okay, so now we want to convert this salary format into this way. Now what would be the different options in the salary? You just check it, and I'll just tell you one by one. We have only 3 minutes. Just see that. If I'll type here dollar symbol, okay, so now I can write dollar symbol. What will the changes in the output? You can see dollar this. just append or add dollar symbol to this. You cannot add other symbols because only we have limited symbols or numbers which can be used for special purposes of numeric value when we are converting when we are using two char functions, right? One is dollar, which can be used to place the dollar symbol. Okay, the second is we can use 9 that is a numeric value for numbers. This is a 9999 I have written. Okay, and the rest of 00, if I put this 99 again, you check here 99 original value will come. Yes. So now if you will have a fractional value, I think we don't have any values, fractional value everywhere 00. So that's why it is coming 00. So that's why if you are writing 9, that means original value will come. See here, I have written 99 comma 999, right? So now this way 24,000, this is coming. So 9 is used for display the value of that particular digit, right? So now it must be used. Okay, so now I think we have 1.5 minutes left. I'll stop this because we have to see whatever the doubts you have in the chat box, and we'll discuss. Next time we'll discuss another function along with a little bit on this convergence functions, right? I think this is clear to you. So we'll move to, I'll stop this, sharing this screen, and we'll discuss about your doubts, right? So I'll stop this. So any doubts if you have, just put in the chat box so that we can discuss on that. Okay. So any doubts? Only 1 minute left. Yes, anyone? Quick. You must have some doubts in this. Yes, anyone? You can see the chat box. Yes, first, I think you don't have any doubts. Yes, where to use dual and where not to use. Okay, when you don't have any attribute, existing database attribute, right? So that time you can use dual function. Let's say at the beginning we have discussed about that. Suppose I am working with the system date. So system date is not saved any particular tables. Okay, so that time we can